Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Enigmatica 2 Expert. So, since last episode, it actually hasn't been a lot of time since the end of the last episode. Of course, it's been a long time since I was messing with the reactor and setting all that stuff up. Up here, I did set this up, and I've had it running for... sometimes this happens. Every once in a while this happens. I need to set something up to take care of that. But I did set this up. It was about an hour ago. Hasn't been running all that long, but I wanted to set it up and let it run. It's a very, very simple system. But I wanted to set it up and let it run so I could let it build up so you guys could see what it generates in about an hour. It's not super fast. But for us at the moment, where we don't have the mob room done, we don't have the infrastructure set up for mob spawning, we will be doing that before long. But I need pink slime. And I didn't want to have to keep farming with the slaughter factory and all of that. So what I've got here, this is a half experience farm, half slime ball farm. Very, very simple little system. I have a mechanical user here that just places down cobblestone. That's all it does. Upper left slot only, always on, place block, right click. There you go. The cobblestone gets broken. And there's a mechanical user here that has use item on block, left click, upper left slot only. And there's a copper pickaxe. And what it's made of is made of a copper pickaxe head, paper binding, just for extra starting modifiers more than anything, and then a pink slime tool rod. And that's all that there is to it. And then I've got it, it levels up itself. It got another modifier. I've got hastest, I'm working on hastester. Or hastest is what I'm working on. And it's also unbreakable now. And basically all it does is it just breaks cobblestone. But every time that it breaks cobblestone, there's a chance that it's going to spawn a pink slime. So after about an hour of running, we have a half stack of pink slime. And then right here is a vacuum hopper. All it does is it sends the items down. It sends the liquids up, which in this case is liquid XP. And I'm just got a portable hardened tank here that's storing up XP. It actually probably would have had more, but the original tank filled up on me, and I just upgraded this. Whenever I came up here, I was like, oh, this needs to be upgraded. But you can see it gets 20 XP basically every time it breaks cobblestone. Or not every time. It's like I think the copper, it's, I don't know, maybe a 25% chance or something, but it gets XP at a decent rate. But every time that it breaks that cobblestone, there's a small chance that it's going to get a pink slime. By itself, when you first set it up, if you sit and watch it, it's like watching water boiling, you know? It feels like it takes forever to get any pink slime to spawn. That's why I was like, I'll just go ahead and set this up, because it's nothing more than 2 mechanical users, a special pickaxe, and vacuum hopper, you know? And then, basically, the items all go down. That means the cobblestone that gets picked up just gets cycled back down. Also, any pink slime balls that get created get sent down here, and then they get pulled out here, just an item conduit, no filter or anything like that. Goes in a drawer right here, making pink slime. So just a really, really easy way to do that if you don't have the infrastructure put in for mob spawning, you know, because right now spawner changers are expensive to us. Ender IO spawners are expensive to us. We could do them with Industrial 4 going, but I'm actually not for sure what it takes to make the mob duplicator. It's more than anything, I think it's just infrastructure that we need. Oh, okay. Never mind. That's a little bit more expensive because we need this. So, yeah, the mob duplicator is a little bit expensive. So, I don't know. I mean, probably the first thing you'd be able to do is do like a spawner changer. They are a bit expensive because it does require blocks of empowered diamantine crystals. I could actually probably pull one of those off, but is it worth doing it with pink slime when I can just do that? No, not really. I only have 7 empowered diamantine. We haven't got to empowering yet, so. But anyway, it's just a simple system. If you guys happen to have any questions about it, let me know. Normally the pink slimes get killed by the cobblestone. It places another block and it kills them. However, one thing I think I'm going to add to this is, and I did automate mechanical users because they do require, or automated users, because they require, refined obsidian isn't automated yet. That's not automated, but it does require a turtle, which has just a lot of crafting steps to it. So, and then I did craft up a osmium compressor right here. Just another mechanism machine. Dump in refined obsidian dust, which we've covered before. A little bit of osmium, you get refined obsidian. Very, very simple. So I didn't feel like we needed to cover all that. I actually recorded the footage, but it was like 10 minutes of just basically crafting out for that, you know. So I figured, well, I'll just show it to you guys. And that way I can let it run for a bit, and you guys can see how much it actually generates over a short period of time. So, but one thing I do think we're going to add to it is, I made some iron spikes. I made these earlier because I thought I was going to use them, and then I didn't, but then I actually kind of need it. We're going to put those right in there, and everything should still be able to get pulled out, because it's basically going to pull it up through that corner there. If we watch the XP, okay, it actually can't get the XP. So, scratch that. We're going to take that. We're just going to put it like here. And one setting there. One setting there. So the slimes won't be able to get out, and they're going to get killed by the spikes. So it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it works. And it's getting the XP. Great. And that way no pink slimes are going to get spawned and happen to get out. Normally the cobblestone kills them, but occasionally... it was actually weird that I had two right there, because that's only the second time I've ever had pink slimes ever even get out of this system. So... like I said, normally the cobblestone kills them. Now, it's not doing looting to it. That's okay. I don't mind. It's not really a big concern. So, okay, but anyways, what I want to do today, what I want to work on is, first up, I want to get some of this stuff organized. Because we're about to have this stuff backing up. I also need to start sending the LEU 235 over to the fission controller automatically. And we have to deal with the depleted LEU 235 from this. And so what we're going to do, let's pop over, there's a couple things that we're going to need. First up, we need a reprocessor. So, this right here extracts materials from depleted fuel. I want to get one of these. So, machine chassis, and I need a plating. There we go. And there is our fuel reprocessor. And picking up the pieces advancement. And if we take a look here at nuclear craft, that quest is done. We'll go ahead and get a loot chest. There we go. Fluid extractor, pressurizer, decay hastener. Decay hastener we may get into a little bit later, but I don't need it right this second. We got two cave illuminators, which we've actually gotten that before. I don't know what I did with them, but we did get that before. It's probably in some miscellaneous chest somewhere or something. I still need to go through the base and just like get everything. Okay, so we got that, and then the next thing that I want to do is I want to make a golem. So let's pop down to the Thaumcraft area, and let's see, we want to make the golem out of we'll probably go with a great wood. Actually no, I think I want to go with a brass. It's got the light frame, so it is faster. And I think it would look better in there. It's kind of like steampunky looking golem. And then we're going to get... Let's see, do we want any of these? Probably carry frame. Yeah, we're going to take carry frame. The head, we are going to get... Let's see, the head, we're just going to get the standard clockwork head. The hands, we're going to take... the fine manipulators. And then for the legs, I kind of want to make it levitate. Even though it's going to make it slower, it's not like it's going all that far. And if it was like levitating around the room, I think that would be kind of cool. Yeah, so we're going to go with that. So brass, carry frame, clockwork head, fine manipulators, levitation module. Okay, so we're going to need a chest, leather, clockwork mind, slime ball, 7 brass, 3 simple arcane mechanisms, an arcane levitator, and then 25 machina, which we should have the machina. Yeah, I can go ahead and mark that off my list. The slime ball, leather, chest. Okay. The arcane levitators are right here. This is how to make those. Just Nitor, simple arcane mechanism. The clockwork mind. we're going to need another simple arcane mechanism. So I'm going to need 5 simple arcane mechanisms. I'll be back here in just a second once I get all this stuff together. Okay, so there's our arcane levitator. And if you're not familiar with these things are really cool. I use these a lot for elevators. No, I don't want it to push me. You can use it to push, though. Let's pull that up. Let's place it like here. You can use those to like levitate you. They work really, really good with Botania's abstruse platform. That's what I'm trying to think of. It works really, really well with abstruse platforms, and you can color those or make them like match blocks. And so you can make like really nifty like levitation-based elevators with it. But anyways, I've got everything ready for that. So let's go ahead and craft our golem. There we go. And see, it's pulling in Machina at the moment. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. There's our golem. Okay, let's grab him. He's going to be pretty cool because he levitates. And then in addition, I'm going to want to find my Thaumcraft book for starters. Let's see, store and empty. Yeah, I'm going to need 2 store, 2 empties. I do believe is what I want. So let's get, let's see, the store seal. We need blank seals. We need, yeah, I'm going to need clay, tallow, red dye, and nitor. And I should have one of those seals downstairs. Okay, so toss all this together. There's our blank seals. And I've got 4 of those. Let's go ahead and dump them. Let's see, let me turn off alchemical brass for just a minute. Let's do, well, 2 of these are going to be store. It's crafting it. There we go. There's 1. There's 2. And then we're going to do 2 more as empty. Not sure what it takes to make empty. Okay, vacuos. That makes sense. There we go. And then I'm just going to turn this back into alchemical brass. Okay. So there's our 2 seals. And then all we need to do... Let me get up my Golemancer's Bale. And let's pop up to the power system. Oh, and I need an ender chest too. I guess so. One thing I do want to do is let me grab a little bit of this uranium-238. And let's pop down here. Let's stick this into a drawer. We'll put it in with snowballs and thaumonomicons. So, because I don't have space on the metal side of things. Okay, and then what we're going to do, we're going to need an ender chest for starters, which I'm out of ardite. Okay. I've got to go to the nether real quick. Ardite's not uncommon at all in the nether. It's all over the place. So I'm just going to pop in there. I'm going to get some ardite. Okay, so we've got 3 ardite in there. Wonderful. And then we'll order our ender chest. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to have to get that ender chest plugged up to the system, which we will do. Okay, so what we're going to do is, let's see, right over here, we've got an item conduit line. Oh, it's an item duct down there. So what we're going to do is, I gotta figure out where I want to put this. I'm also going to need some item ducts as well, and a filter. Yeah. Let's see. Item ducts. I actually want a dense item duct. Okay, what I need to do is I need to take an item duct. You can't shift click it in for some reason. And some lead nuggets. And that'll make it dense. So I want one of those. And then I'm going to want a filter. Just a standard basic one is fine. It doesn't have a whole lot of spaces for filtering, but I don't need a whole lot. I just need 1 space for a filter. Okay, and then let me grab a little bit more of this. What we're going to do is, this is the item duct line that brings the stuff over for the crafter. And what I want to do is, I might actually put it up here just so we can see that golem kind of like levitating around. I think that would be kind of cool. To be perfectly honest, so we're going to put it right back in here. Right in there, yeah. Yeah, that'll be good. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have, let's see, right here, we are going to have a dense item duct. And basically what that means is it lowers the priority. Whenever something's dense, you have vacuum and you have dense. Vacuum increases the priority, dense decreases the priority. So basically if I have a dense item duct right there, stuff's not going to come this way unless there's nothing over on this side where it can go. Actually, I probably don't even need that because it would try to deposit in the crafter first. But that's okay. That's alright. We're going to put the dense one there. Because, yeah, I probably actually wouldn't even need that there. But that's fine. We're going to go ahead and bring this item duct line up. Just straight up like that. And then we're going to bring it over right here and up. Plug into the back of the ender chest. We're going to put a filter on that. And we're going to say whitelist uranium-238. Now there's a chance, I don't know if it pulled that stuff out. See, because there was some 235 that was backing this up, and I feel like it probably pulled it out and did something with it. It may have tried to send it up to this ender chest. Yeah, there it goes. It's trying to send it up here. Wait, this isn't even my ender chest. I need a diamond lock. Okay, let me go get one of those. And we're just going to diamond lock that. There we go. That's my ender chest line, which we're going to get that plugged up into the system here shortly. Now, I don't know what it did with that uranium-235, and I'm trying to find that out. Because I feel like it would just be like bouncing around inside the system and then realize there's nowhere for it to go. I don't know. Well, anyways, what we're going to do next is, now that that's in place, we are going to set up a fuel reprocessor. And we're going to put this setting... Let's see. I don't know if I just want to put it up here beside this ender chest. Maybe so. Because these little 2-wide things, I'm just kind of using as like nooks for like machines. Not a whole lot I can do with the 2-wide little section there. So that's kind of the purpose of those. So I'll put it right there. That'll be fine. That'll do our reprocessing for this reactor. So there we go. It's got energy. And then... So let's just dump that in there. I don't need that anymore. Then what we're going to do is we are going to put a store seal. We're going to put a store seal right there on the fission controller. And let's go ahead and take our Golemancer's Bale. Let me grab this out of here. Right click that and we are going to whitelist this fuel cell. So that's all that can go in there. And then we'll just put that back. And then this uranium-238, it actually doesn't need... I mean, I got that filter back there. That's all I needed that for. So basically, if this can't accept uranium-238 anymore, it's going to go on up to the ender chest and just get stored. Because like I said, there's going to be about 1 per fuel cell extra. That will start backing up a little bit. And then in the fuel reprocessor, let's go ahead and put a store seal on that. And Golemancer's Bale, we are going to... Let's grab a piece of this depleted LEU. And we are going to whitelist that depleted fuel cell in there. And then I'm just going to dump that in there. It can start running. Okay, so there's what it's going to generate. It's going to generate tiny clumps of uranium-238 and then neptunium, plutonium, and, 2 different versions of plutonium. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we are going to put down an empty seal right here. And let's grab a piece of this fuel. Golemancer's Bale, whitelist that fuel. So it's going to pull that, it's going to empty that out of here. It's going to put it into the fission controller. There we go. And then right over here, let me grab one of these depleted cells. I don't even think we actually have to do this part, but we're going to put an empty seal. Okay, I actually messed up here. I need to, let me pull the empty seal off of this. Pull the empty seal off of this for just a minute. I didn't mean to get those. Let me pull him up for just a second. Let me dump these into there. I'm going to have a lot of these sitting around. That's okay. I don't mind. It's just uranium. At the end of the day, it's just uranium. Let's put him back down. He can just kind of hang out for a minute. I need to upgrade these to provide, not empty. That's what I need to do. That way they'll only get the stuff if there's space for it to go. Because he's basically just picking up a bunch of stuff and just holding on to it. And it's going to cause everything to get backed up. So the empty seal, it's no more than... I'll pull off sanitizing soap for a minute. Let's put these into there. We want to make advanced control seal empty. And there we go. Go get it. Okay, and then we're going to take those. Whoops. No, why does it do that to me? It's like, haha, I got you. And I want to make provide seals, is what I actually want. Okay, and that's a little bit of permutatio and lucrum. Go get it. Go get it. I don't pick those up. Alright, so now what we need to do is we'll pop back up here. I got to put that void metal back into there. I'll do that later. Which we're going to be revisiting Thaumcraft because they changed... Well, there's other Thaumcraft things that we want, but they also changed up a bit of Thaumcraft. We're going to put a provide seal right there. No, sorry. Yeah, a provide seal right there. We actually do need one right there. And... Let's see, filter... We don't have to filter it. And then we're going to put a provide seal right there. Okay, and then I need to upgrade the store ones as well. So let's grab those. We need to upgrade these to stock. Is what we need. So this one right here, which takes store and upgrades to stock. Alright. That's not a problem. So we're going to make stock. We don't have to make the advanced one in this case. We just have to straight upgrade it. I didn't think about the golem just filling his bags with everything he could possibly carry like that. Okay, we're going to whitelist. We're going to say that. Keep. Let's see. Keep. I think I can do shift and stuff, but keep 64 in here. There we go. Now he's going to grab one and he's going to deliver it. There we go. Okay, and then up here, really I don't actually need it. I could have done just store and empty for the depleted, I guess. It doesn't really matter. But we're going to put this one down right here, and we're going to say that. And you can keep, you know, up to 32 in there is fine. Anyways, I should have just done stored empty on that side of things, and then stock and provide on that. But provide basically means they're only going to pick it up if there's space, you know, if something requests it. So we're saying keep 64 in there. So every time there's not 64 in there, he's going to run over, he's going to grab one, and then he's going to stock it. And there we go. And I got to figure out what I want to do with these. I'll actually probably just run them through the isotope separator. Maybe. And that way I get... The only thing that I really need out of this is their uranium-235 oxide. I don't really need the rest of the stuff, so... That's probably what I'll do. Which this stuff's just going to kind of build up in here. That's perfectly fine. There we go. But now that we've got this stuff, what I want to do is... Let's go get ourselves just a... Let's see, that 238. I don't even know if I want to bother with that. Or not. Let me get a crafter tier 2. And let me get... Let's see, let's get 2 item conduits and a trash can from extra utilities. And let's get a filter. This is something I have been using for pulverized iron for a short period of time. Not very long, but... Okay, we're going to set up our crafter tier 2 right here. And let's go behind this. Let's energy conduit right there. Let's grab a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of this. We're going to put this, we're going to set this up in the crafter, so we're going to do like that, and I need a little bit more Neptunium. There we go. Okay, and we're going to remember the current layout. Let's go ahead. We're going to teach this to compact these things. So there you go. You can compact and get uranium-238 oxide, which we already have being stored in a drawer. Plutonium-241, plutonium-239, and Neptunium-237. All oxidized versions. Okay, and then we're just going to set up item conduit here. This is going to extract, always active. This is going to insert. There we go. Okay, and it's pulling out the stuff. It's not super fast, but we're also not going to be eating through these cells all that quickly once everything's said and done. Okay, so it's depositing them into there. That's great. And then all we need to do is just dump these items into this chest. So, item duct, servo, ignore, there we go. Haha. Okay, so that is running. Perfect. Perfect. And then eventually, yeah, see, it's going to get through that, the uranium, then it's going to start making, you know, the plutonium, the neptunium. We want to hold on to that stuff because we are going to use it. I do like that little golem. It's a lot cooler than running cables and stuff. Plus, he can kind of handle, like, this whole little area here. So, and I mean, that's pretty much it. It's taking and it's reprocessing, it's keeping it stocked, and everything is automated over here. I don't actually need the trash can. Originally, I was thinking about trashing that uranium, but we're actually just going to void it through the drawer after a certain point. Because we're going to have a lot of that stuff building up. In here, yeah, I've got this stuff, which can then turn into lead. That's probably what we'll do, is just decay it down to thorium, I think, and then down into lead. That's actually pretty good, like lead byproduct from this, because lead we never have enough of. Okay, so let's go ahead and get ourselves like a couple decay hasteners. We'll go ahead and automate that whole process. So there's one. I'm going to need some more plating. Some more of that advanced plating. Which I'm going to need... okay, we got a quest complete, the decay hastener. That's fine. Let's dump that stuff into there. I do want one... I think one more of those, though. Well, no, actually, we probably just get by with one. I don't think we need more than one. At least for this setup. So, what did we get here? A hollow projector. Okay, that's the second time we've gotten that. But yeah, I think one will actually be fine. It's not like we're pumping out uranium like super crazy fast over there. So I think what we're going to do is... oh, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and set this up. Let's see. Let's actually set this up right in here. Which this crusher, this can actually go. Because we can now make the Certus Quartz dust and Fluix dust through the macerator. It works in the macerator, and then... I like how it shows it being really slow. It's not. It's actually the total opposite. And then through the macerator we can get the Certus Quartz. Yeah, we don't actually want this crusher anymore because it's like as slow as Christmas. So we're going to put these recipes into our macerator. There we go. I'm going to have to double those up so we get more resources. But what we're going to do is right over here. Let me go ahead and dump this crusher into there. We'll pull up this interface, and let's get ourselves an exporter. There we go. And let me go ahead and order a power cell. And a power cell card, because we are going to want that here in just a second. But we're going to put the decay hastener setting right here. We're going to set up the exporter right here. So I guess I really don't need that stuff in a drawer at this point. The exporter, let me put a capacity card in that. There we go. We'll probably end up adding more. This is just going to be where all of our decay hastening happens. So all the reactors that we have running that are making byproducts and we don't want them anymore, we're just going to run them through the decay hastener. So we'll add that right there. We're going to say pump out, well, I'm going to go ahead and add uranium-238 to this. That's going to be very temporary because I'm not normally going to be getting this stuff, but right now I am getting it. So go ahead and pump it into here. Let's go ahead and set up our power cell. We'll put it right here for right now. Actually, we're going to put it right down there. We're going to say output. On these, I am using ender conduits, and that's simply because these are actually going to start. Later on, they're going to use a lot of power. Right now, they're only using 1,000 RF per tick. We'll eventually change the conduit out once I have better flux ducts. But right now, I'm kind of limited at the moment on my flux ducts. Let me get this power cell link real quick. ID 45. And see, that stuff we're actually going to keep. The Neptunium, the Plutonium, we're going to keep that stuff because later on we're going to use that. Let me grab that uranium-238 oxide. And I'm going to teach the system to pump that out as well. Okay, so you can pump out that uranium-238 oxide also. And then this, we're going to add in our power cell card. There we go. That's now running, and it's breaking that down. It's making thorium. And it's getting pulled out and sent into the system. That's great. This thorium, though, doesn't really have a whole lot of use. I mean, I can make the depleted thorium blocks, which actually look kind of okay. I don't know if I want to hold on to that for decorative purposes. Or just make lead out of it. For right now, we're just going to make lead. That's what we're going to do. So we'll add thorium-230 to that list. Okay. Right now, it's just melting down 238, but that's fine. After that runs, we'll start getting the lead in. Which will be good. Okay, and then we need to run some cables over to here. Let me pull this up. This is going to get facaded. We'll pull this up. And this is actually going to have to go... Well, it can connect right there. It'll be fine. Let's get ourselves some... Fluix. Just Fluix cable will be fine. I'll have dense lines that bring this over, which I've got some dense covered cable right there. Let's go ahead and pop down here, and let's get ourselves an importer and an exporter. Okay, and there is a dense line that runs out right here. Oh, but I don't have the color applicator yet. So I really don't want to mess with the P2P yet until I have the color applicator. We need to get started on that soon, I think. Okay, let's bring that over. We are going to put an import bus right there. We'll eventually add acceleration cards to it. It's just not really an issue at the moment. And then right here, bring this over. We're going to add an export bus right here. And this is actually going to get the pulverized lead. So let me get some of this thorium. And let me toss it right into there. I've actually got a recipe here to make pulverized lead. So maybe I don't want to export all of that. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave that just empty for right now. I still need it plugged up. I just don't... maybe I don't need it for the lead. Possibly. The lead, instead what we're going to do is... So I'll tell you what, we're just going to set up an ender chest right back here. Let me get a filter. Okay, there we go. Pulverized lead. Whitelist that. And then let me get another filter. Because basically I want to keep... I don't want to just send out all the pulverized lead because I do use it. But let's just send the pulverized lead that comes from this. Because we're actually going to be using this a lot. I mean, I guess I could do a level emitter too and just like keep some stocked. But, oops, no. Blacklist. Blacklist lead right there. Whitelist lead here. Okay. So, let's see. Let me grab all of that. And I'll make another ender chest for over there that's going to have metals in it. But right there's fine for right now. Okay, and then let's pop down to the IC2 area. And all we need to do is... Oh, let's see. The extraction here. Let's grab that. The furnace I'm extracting from the ender chest here on line 1. So let's add the electric furnace. Let's have an insert here, lead. There we go. So if I toss this lead into there, it gets pulled out. There we go. And it's being smelted. And there we go. So we're basically getting free power and some free lead from our uranium setup from the IC2, which is free with UU matter. So it's a whole lot of free going on. Without just setting up a void miner, we're getting like free iron, free lead, free power, free, I guess, uranium stuff, you know. Lots of free things, basically. Okay, so that's just all byproduct handling that's coming from this. Now, in addition, we are going to have, let's see, in addition, we are going to have this stuff, the plutonium, 239 and 241. And we are also going to have neptunium coming from that system that needs to be handled. This stuff's all getting cooked up. Great. So what we're going to need to do is just put this into drawers for now. We will use it later on, but for right now I just want it stored away for later use. So we'll just start a drawer section here, and this is just going to be like nuclear craft stuff, storage. So stuff that we're actually keeping, holding on to, that kind of thing. So plutoniums and neptunium we'll hold on to right there. There we go. So everything from the reactor is being handled. That's done. Great. How's this coming along? Are we doing well? Are we doing good things? 39 slime balls. Okay, and let's get ourselves like 4 acceleration cards. Let's add these to this import bus. We got some ender pouches from quest rewards. I think I actually have more than one. Maybe I just have one. But anyways, we're going to just come over here and shift right click it on there. Now it's bound to that. So if I'm out exploring, I can just throw items in there. They'll get pulled out and dumped into here. So, okay, 53. Toss it into there, it gets pulled out. 53. Awesome. So I can use that when I'm out. I also want to make one and connect it to the blue line where I can dump in ores. But I don't have all of the ore processing system done. I still need to automate these things. The coals and the appetites and all that stuff. Which we will do here fairly soon. And I have to figure out what exactly I want to do with Cinnabar. I may just leave it as is because I can make Quicksilver. But then I can also make Cinnabar like that with the jelly cryothium. I don't know, we'll also get Cinnabar from other sources, so like we can get it from our gold and redstone. So I don't know, I may not even worry about that. And I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and get some speed upgrades. We're going to automate them, of course, just so I can just make them at the click of a button. Oh, whoops, I'm going to need one of those. There you go. Let me go ahead and just grab one of these, and we'll dump it into here. We got the overclocking advancement, and I believe there's actually a quest. Yeah, there's a quest for that. Okay, this is Nuclear Craft Speed Upgrade. Let's go ahead and grab loot box. We're steadily getting through all the Nuclear Craft quests. There's a lot of them, actually, and it's like, if you're doing Nuclear Craft, like, sensibly, it's going to be a little bit before we get all of them done. There's a chili dog, unless you're just trying to, like, burn them out, I guess. But let's go ahead and drop that into there. Look at that. It's a pretty decent speed increase. It's now using 2,000 RF per tick. Let's get ourselves a couple more of these. Let's get like 6, 7. They're fairly cheap to craft, really. So let's toss another one in there. We are now using 3,000 RF per tick, and it's a bit faster. Let's toss a few more. That's a pretty good speed. We're running 5,000 RF per tick. Let's toss a few more. We're now using 9,000 RF per tick, but it's near instant. It's faster than the item duct can pull it out. Well, it backs up a little bit before the item duct pulls out. I'd say that's pretty good. I'd say 8 is pretty good. Let's go ahead and get 8 more of these. Power is like not a concern at the moment. We're just going to overclock everything. Make everything really fast. IC2 is like the hardest thing, you know, to make super fast, and we've pretty much conquered that. So we'll put 8 in the manufactory as well. So 9,000 RF a tick there. Let's go ahead and get like 24 more. Let's take a look at the power usage. See, it's actually pulling some power. That's fine. It's not a lot. And I mean, if worse comes to worse, like, the reactor will kick on. Dun dun dun. You know, like, as soon as that reactor hits and activates, it's just like, meh, power's not an issue. This is actually like, yeah, see, I think the reactor just kicked on. Yeah. Because we're like beating the power draw. So I bet if we pop over there right now and we take a look at this, come on, activate. I just want to pull enough power to run this thing. Because those RTGs are just like, forget about it. Like, don't worry about it. Oh my gosh, I wish it would turn on. Got a 95% threshold. Let's set it to 98%. There we go. Now it's running. It's probably not going to run very long. No, it runs for like half a second, then it shuts down. It's like, okay, I'm done. Well, anyways, we got speed upgrades. Let's toss these into like the isotope separator. Let's actually toss 24 in there and see what happens. 25,000 RF per tick. Pow. Wow. It's incredible. There we go. That thing is now emptied out. Okay. I think 8 is reasonable. So 8 speed upgrades in each of these. So 8 in there. 8 in there. Look at that. Boom. Destroys it. And then we'll toss 8 into there. There we go. We won't have to worry about oxygen or any of this stuff ever again. And we are actually eating through a decent amount of power right now. That's okay, because as soon as the reactor realizes it and it kicks on, it's going to demolish it. Oh, and I need to get 8 for the fuel reprocessor as well. I don't know, I may end up doing like crazy amounts on all of this, but... Okay. Well, anyways, now we got super fast, or we can have. I mean, I don't think 8 is super fast, but it's fast enough, I think, for most of our automated processes. Now, I will say upstairs, we've got... I've got a manufactory and a couple alloy furnaces. We're going to be automating these. We are going to make those super fast. Like 24 upgrades or something. This manufactory is also probably going to be super fast. This is the one that makes silicon. Right now it's just got 8. I'll probably make some more and add into that. So, but then we can have super fast, nuclear craft, super fast IC2. That's going to handle most of our machines. Because I'll be able to make pretty much every alloy through the alloy furnace. I'll be able to do a lot of the other stuff with the manufactory. So we don't have to worry about the slow mechanism machines. Thermal's pretty decent. Thermal is pretty decent, but nuclear craft and IC2 I think are probably the top 2 for speed. And so that's what we're going to be going with our setups. So anyways, I know it's about wrapping up point for this episode. Next episode, I know we're getting fairly close to the server tour. That'll be coming up soon. But next episode, we are going to be doing some automation stuff and playing with some of that RF. I was originally intending on doing that today, but then we ended up doing a little bit more with the reactors than I was originally anticipating. But plus, I had to go over this system. So if you guys have any questions about this, just let me know. I do need to get a Solignolia over here, or just really, since this is like a very temporary setup, we could just get a demagnetizer. This right here. And we've covered Solignolias. We'll go ahead and show off the demagnetizer. We'll just put this setting right there. So the vacuum hopper is still going to work, but my magnet's not going to pull stuff in. And then you can filter it as well if you want. But it is a little bit stronger than the Solignolia, of course, but I don't know. I like the Solignolia. It looks pretty. So, but we'll put that down there, and that's going to keep our magnet from interfering with this. So... But anyways, very, very simple system, but it's going to give us enough slime balls for our needs. And plus free experience, which is always cool. So, anyways, I am going to end it out here. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.